Hey, what's up? So I'm gonna take you through, I don't know how long this video is gonna be, but I'm gonna take you through a little explanation of the basics of martial arts, the basic of boxing. I just want you to follow along with me. Watch this video as many times as you need to, um, just to get the explanation so you can get the proper technique down. Because true power is where, like, proper technique is where true power lies. Okay, because with the proper technique, you're gonna do it correctly. You're gonna shave off time from doing it incorrectly, and that's gonna bring, technique is gonna bring relaxation because you're gonna be doing all the reps, so you're gonna be relaxed. You're not gonna be thinking about how to do everything, and that brings speed and power and everything that you want. So first of all, let's start off with the very first thing, which is stance. Okay, start off with stance. I'm going to show you from all different angles. Let's say I'm facing this way. Now there's many different kind of stances depending on what you're doing. This is just my opinion. This is what helps me. Okay, front leg is out, facing your target. Back leg is not this way. Back leg is just slightly 45 degree, and you want to have your heel up. The reason why you want to have your heel up is so that you are always going to be agile and bouncing and being able to move around. Okay, if you're flat-footed, then you're not going to move as fast because you're literally not on your toes. You know what I'm saying? You know how some people say, hey, get up on your toe. It's like, hey, wake up. Same thing. All right, so you're going to stay on your toes. Now you're going to have your chin down rather than up, and now you're going to have your hands up and your elbows in, just like this. Okay, so that you're already protecting. And when I say hands up, I don't mean this, of course not, and I don't mean this. This is not hands up. This is hands up. Whether you have it over here for practice or whether you have it in your fist, this is hands up. Okay, so chin down, looking out this way. All right, so we're going to start with just some movement. All right, to move forward, you're going to push off of your back foot. Let me show you that stance from this side. You're here and you're here and your legs are bent. Okay, because this right here allows me to up and down. It allows me to move everything rather than this right here. Okay, so you want to keep that nice soft bend in your legs. You want to have a 50-50 stance. You don't want to be too much to the front. You don't want to be too much to the back. Nice 50-50, because with the 50-50, you can go anywhere that's needed. If you need to go this way, yeah. You need to go this way, yeah. You need to go this way, same thing, you need to go that way, okay? So here, foot is facing forward, back foot's facing out this way, heel is up. Hands up just like this, okay? So first is movement. If I want to move forward, what I'm not going to do, the easiest thing to do is just walk forward, but I'm not going to do that. If I want to move forward, I am going to push off of my back toe, and I'm going to lift my front foot, not like this, but I'm going to just slightly hover it, and I'm going to move forward just like that, okay? So if I want to move back, I'm going to push off my front toe. I'm going to lift my back foot, not all the way up, but just slightly, and I'm going to go back this way. If I want to go to my right, okay, I'm not going to take my right foot and cross it over, because if, let's say I cross over and I get caught like this, now I'm caught with my legs crossed. So here, what you want to do is you want to take your back foot and step it out and let the left foot follow. If I want to go this way to my left, I'm going to take my left foot and I'm going to step that first. You guys understand? You see where I'm going? So I'm going to show you from this angle. You're going to, going forward, push off your back foot, going back, push off your front foot, going to my right, push off my left, push off my front foot, and step out with my back. If I'm going this way, I want to push off this foot and go this way. I'm not slipped on a leaf. I'm not gonna cross because of the reason why I just explained. Now there's there's certain things, there's certain techniques that will require you to do that, but it's just a quick thing. And you know, it's a little bit, this is just basic explanation. Okay, so here, moving forward, just like this, and you can pause and you can practice this if you want. Moving forward, boom, 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 boom. And you never want to go up and down. I remember when I was doing like martial arts, whenever we're in our stances and we're moving forward, we're trained not to go to change levels like this and then go down. You have to maintain almost like you are walking and the ceiling is just your head level. You want to, it's here. Let's say you're doing a low block into a front punch. You're moving forward, and as you're moving forward, you're holding that strength in your front leg just to maintain your height. So here you would move forward, boom, instead of moving up and down. And like if you're moving this way, you're moving here, you're not moving up and down, up and down. You understand what I'm talking about? So here, you're gonna move forward, 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 forward. You're gonna move back, push off your front. You're gonna move to the right, here, here. Move to your left, here, here, just like that. And while you're doing that, your hands are in an up position, of course, because you want to protect yourself. All right. So here, the punches, your jab is from your lead hand. Okay. Jab comes out of the lead. The cross comes out of your backhand. Okay. So whether you are orthodox, which means you're right dominant, or whether you are a southpaw, which means you're left dominant. That's all it means, okay? This is orthodox stance. If I'm a southpaw, this is my stance, okay? So my jab coming from the front, because I'm orthodox, is gonna be from my left hand, and it is gonna mimic, I want you to pretend like I'm Pinocchio. You know, the boy with the strings. There's a string from my fist down to my toe, and they move in unison, okay? So I'm not gonna go here, here. It's gonna go here, same time, here, same time, just like that, okay? So whenever you're jabbing, you wanna keep your elbows in. You want to, as you punch out, I'm gonna do it with a closed fist. As you punch out, you're not just gonna throw your hand out there. There's a little bit more to it than that. You wanna think striking with your first two knuckles because they're the strongest, simply, whether it's this hand or this hand, okay? Here, when you jab out this way, just like that. See how my hand's not here? It's right there. I'm turning my fist over, okay? So here, boom, just like that. Boom, straight out, shoot it, then turn it, okay? Boom, just like that. Boom, that's your jab, okay? Whenever you're talking about a cross, your cross is coming from the back. So watch this. Jab is out here. Naturally, look at the cross. It's further back, okay? So what you want to do in order to bring that out, you have to pivot, just like that. You got to pivot on the ball of your foot, boom, to bring it out. So your cross can reach. This is why the jab is so important, because if your jab can touch it with the right pivot, so can your cross. But if there's no pivot, your jab reaches it, your cross can't. You know what I'm talking about? So you have to pivot, and pivot helps you with reach, and it also helps you with the power, with getting the punch out there. And it starts from the ground. It starts from down there. You want to turn, starting with the ball of your foot. Turn it in, boom, just like that. Okay, so watch this. Jab, and then for your cross, boom, just like that. So you see my pivot? I'm pivoted all the way over. Now, let me give you a little extra tip on how to make your cross even stronger. You want to, when you jab, okay, see how my other hand is up and my shoulder is hidden here? You want to, instead of just the pivot, you want to step it in just like that. So you're not just pivoting, you are stepping in also. That's adding just a little bit extra power, a little bit extra distance, okay? And you don't need a lot, all right? So watch this. I'm gonna do jab, cross, here. Jab, cross, just like that. Here, jab, cross. Jab, cross, just like that. So, and of course, this is just for technique purposes. Whenever you jab, you don't want to jab and leave it out there. You want to hair, pop, out and back in, okay? So watch it again. I'm going to do jab, cross, going down, jab, cross, jab, cross, jab, cross, just like that. Now you notice that you can't see the bottom over here. It's because I'm not hair, because all that's going to take is somebody with a good hook or a good overhand to just capitalize. I'm keeping everything down. Jab, cross, just like that. So everything is still protected. Going from the front, here, jab, cross, jab, cross, jab, cross, just like that. Okay, so now let's talk about the hook punch. Whenever you do a hook punch, now there's people that do it this way, there's people that do it this way. Hey, guess what? Do whichever way works. But the way you really want to do it is, forget about this, is not to just hook like that. Because you understand, if you hook like this, boom, you're starting from down here. And that's a mistake a lot of people make. You see that? Slow motion. Boom. You start down. The very first thing that happens when you hook punch is you have an opening. All somebody has to do is time that, hit you with a nice shot, you're done. And you don't even know how it was done. Okay? So here, what you want to do when you hook, you want to almost like, you know how like, Count Dracula hides from the sun? Like, oh, blah, Count Dracula. You know how he hides from the sun like this? He pulls his cape over. You kind of want to hook like that. You want to hook while also shielding your face. Just like when you jab, okay, you see my punches out there, but my face is still shielded. When you cross, same thing. I'm shielding on this side. I'm shielding on this side with my shoulder. When you hook, you don't want to go bop, bop, and then boom, because now you can see more of my face, okay? You want to go here, jab, cross. When you step, push off your back foot and step with a hook, boom, okay? You can see the first thing that happened here, my elbow is up, boom, and I'm over here, okay? You can't even see my eyes, okay? Because I'm covering it. Here, pop, 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 just like that. So that when I hook punch, I'm hidden over here and I'm also protected over here, okay? I'm not down here because all it takes is a good punch, all right? So here, jab, cross, hook, just like that. Jab, cross, hook, just like that, okay? So now we got the hooks, and it's the same thing for the rear hook. Same thing for the rear hook. Jab is number 1, cross is number 2, lead hook number 3. If you're gonna do the rear hook, boom, number 4. You don't lead hook and then drop it and bring us out like this. Here, and then for the rear hook, same thing. You bring your elbow up, you pivot so you can drive your body over and make your punch stronger, but you're still shielding, okay? It's not like bam, bam, bam. It's not wild like that. It's jab, it's cross, it's hook, just like that, okay? Now, whenever you're doing uppercut, which is 5 and 6, let's say the lead uppercut, you don't want to do this. Well, you can do whatever you want. This is not how I teach it. You don't want to drop your hand, boom, do this, boom. Because just like the hook punch, if you drop first, before you even start the punch, you're giving an opening. And you don't want to do that, okay? So what you want to do is, hands up, you want to dip your body down, okay? Number one, this helps charge up the power. This also moves your head off of that center line because there's a line going straight through your body. If your head stays on that center line, you're just going to be easy target to hit, okay? If you're just punching all the time like this, boom, 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 and not moving your head, all somebody has to do is even just close their eyes and they can hit you. There's no guesswork, all right? So what you want to do is, before you uppercut, let's say the lead uppercut, which is a 5, you are going to here, dip over your lead leg, okay? And then you're going to drive it up, push that power up, drive it up, boom, just like that, okay? Drive it straight up. Just like that. So here, you're gonna here and then come up, pop, just like that. See that? Watch me from this angle. You're gonna dip, watch my foot, and then you're going to pop, just like that. All right. Dip, pop, and then bring it right back to protection. Okay. Same thing with the rear uppercut. Here, rear uppercut. You're not just gonna go like this. Okay. Here. Here, just like that. Here, 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 just like that, okay? So once you drive it down, you're gonna you're not gonna stand straight up, slightly push up and use that power along with, boom, that motion of your hand to strike up. It's gonna make your uppercut stronger, all right? So whenever you punch, is very important. Use your legs, okay? Chin down, cover your head, keep your hands up, use your body, okay? If you're just punching this way, then there's no power behind it. Use your body. Now, once you have this down, and we're talking about combination punching, that's a little bit of a different story, because if I want to hit my opponent if I want to throw like a jab, cross, hook, cross, in order to have it speedy, there's some sacrifice that I have to make, okay? There's certain things I have to shed off, okay? But if I practice moving my body in the beginning, then I'm going to get that natural strength, all right? So here, whenever you're doing combinations, you don't want, if you wanted to make it fast, you're not going to be able to go because it takes too long, okay? You have to speed it up, but if you have the proper technique, that's not going to really be a problem, okay? So when you're doing combinations, instead of pa, 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 okay, you want to speed it up here, so it's just pa, 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 just like that. You see my body is still moving. There's still power in my punches, but I'm getting the point across and it's a little bit faster. That's how you want to do combinations. So let's talk rear uppercut. It's just like the cross. You know how I told you about the cross? If you want to get a little bit extra power, boom, make that step and turn your foot in. Same thing with the rear uppercut. Not just here. You want to get that extra power. Here, boom, just like that. Drive your body in behind that one punch, okay? Because it's just naturally going to make it stronger, okay? So let's go with the movements. You're moving first. You don't want to cross your legs. Just like that. And at the same time, you don't want to be squared off, because if you're squared off, what do you notice about this? You're a bigger target. You want to kind of like get on your skateboard, okay? Get on a skateboard because it keeps you like this, all right? So here, pop, pop, just like that. Pop, pop. Stay on your skateboard. Pop, pop, Boom, just like that. Let's talk about ducking and slipping. All right, ducking and, well, first of all, regular duck. What you want to do is you're just going to go down, and I see a lot of people do this. They go like this, so they kind of make it like a squat. It's not that, because you want to be able to duck and still move. Here, almost like a lunge, I would say. All right, if you don't know what a lunge is this exercise. When you go down and up, down and up. So practice that if you want. Get strong of that if you want to have a better duck and roll, okay? So when you just normally duck, you want to go here. From here, it's just here. You don't want to involve your back too much, because you do that, your lower back is going to be so sore. So here, you want to be looking at the target, and when you duck, just like that. Duck, hands up. Whether it's like this for practice or whether it's like this, same thing. Duck, duck, duck. Now, when you're ducking and rolling, okay, it's ducking and rolling. What you want to do is you want to just put those two together. Duck, roll. That's it. Whether you're going that way or this way. Duck, roll. And usually when you're ducking, you're slipping a punch, okay? Your punch is coming straight, you duck. It goes right over your head. You can counter. Punch is coming from this side, you can duck and slip this way and then duck around it, okay? You can duck around it, come back with a hook. You can slip and add that jab to throw them off, so you can hit at the same time they hit. Boom, slip and hit. When you duck and roll under, you can also, boom, add another hit. If you're slipping this way, you want to slip this way, duck and roll, okay? Boom, duck and roll. So here, an easy exercise on slipping. I'm just running through everything, aren't I? So here, make slipping easier. You're going to take your lead hand and you're going to touch your back knee. Okay, see, automatically, maybe I don't have long enough arms, but automatically touching your back knee, picture this being the line going straight down. Okay, automatically it's getting you off the line, touching your back knee. If you want to slip this side, picture that line still. You want to touch your front knee, bend down, touch your front knee, it's automatically slipping you off the center line. Okay, so here, practice slipping. Here, 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 until you don't have to reach down anymore, and you just here, 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 here. Whether you're like this or your hands are up like this, hands are fisted. Here, 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 just like that. Boom, boom, okay? So that's slipping. So slipping, ducking and rolling. You can pause it, you can practice it, you can watch this video as many times as you want, okay? So now let's put it together a little bit. Let's put it together. Here, we're gonna put it together. Let's do a combination where it's jab, it's cross, and then it's ducking and rolling. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna duck and roll, and we're gonna step out this way so we can come up onto a new side and give your opponent something to have to turn and face. Because if you give him that, if you jab, cross, and you duck and roll with a step, now he's gonna have to face you, okay? When he turns to face you, whap, that's when you get him. So duck, roll, slip, cross. If you're able to work that combination and do it fast, that's how you throw people off, all right? Just one of the ways. There's many different ways. So here, watch this. Let's work this combination. Here, jab, cross, duck and roll. Jab, cross, duck and roll. You see, every time I duck and roll, what happens? As soon as I duck and roll, my hands go up. I'm not doing the I'm not trying to bop, bop, doing this deal, okay? Keep your hands up, okay? Keep your hands up because it's gonna save you. Here, jab, cross. As soon as I duck and roll, my hands come back up, okay? Bop, 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 just like that. You wanna always protect yourself. Always protect. As a matter of fact, that's like one of the number one rules in boxing. Keep yourself protected at all times, okay? Same thing. Now, if you cross, bop, naturally you're gonna duck and roll this way, okay? Bop, bop. If you hook, you're gonna duck and roll the opposite way. You don't have to, but that's just the way of, that's like body mechanics, So let's go jab, cross, duck and roll, jab, cross, hook, duck and roll. Practice it, okay? Watch this. Here, I'm gonna put my hands up, jab, cross, duck and roll. Jab, cross, hook, duck and roll. See, I'm stepping out as I duck and roll, and I'm keeping my hands up. Watch it again. Jab, cross, duck and roll. I duck and roll, my foot follows. Jab, cross, hook, duck and roll, okay? Just like that, okay? Now, let's add in that uppercut. Jab, cross, hook, uppercut. Since I'm ending off with this hand, I'm not gonna go this way. Since I'm ending off with my right hand, I'm gonna duck out to the right, okay? So it's gonna be, I'm gonna face the camera, jab, cross, oops, jab, cross, hook, stepping in, uppercut, and then stepping over and going down, just like that, getting out of dodge. Watch it from this angle. Here, jab, cross, hook, uppercut. Boom. Just like that. Jab, cross, hook, uppercut. Just like that. You don't want to cross your legs over. Now I'm gonna add a hook to that. So it's gonna be jab, cross, hook, uppercut, hook. Which way am I gonna go? Exactly, I'm gonna go the way that I just ended off my combination. Do you have to do it? No. This is just proper body mechanics. It's the way. You don't want to go here because you're covered over here and then go into this territory. You can, but everything is depending on your opponent. Okay, whether your opponent is southpaw or orthodox, everything changes. These are just the basics. Okay, so here, let's add that last hook. So it's going to be here, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, hook, and then duck. Oop, tripped over my own stone. Here, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, hook, duck and roll, and keep going out, and then pivot. Okay, one more time. One more time. Here, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, hook, duck and roll. Keep going, pivot. Okay, now let's talk about pivoting. When you pivot, let's put our foot in this square. When you pivot, you're just pivoting off the ball of your foot, going this way. But you have to be careful that your pivot doesn't leave you off in a bad stance. Basically, this is your stance. This leg has to be on this side of this one, okay? This is crossed over. You don't want that. So you don't want to pivot so hard and out of control that you're pivoting and now you're facing this way and you're like this. So you want to make sure you're pivoting, boom, and you're still in your good stance, okay? You're pivoting, boom, you're still in your good stance. Now, one thing you got to do before you pivot, you don't have to, but it's smart to do it, okay, is duck. So you duck down, here, duck, pivot, okay? Same thing if you're pivoting this way. You're going to duck, pivot, just like that. Here, duck, pivot, okay? So practice that. Now, let's work this combination. Jab, cross, hook, cross. Okay? Let's do jab, cross, hook, duck, pivot. Okay? So I'm gonna jab, cross, hook, I'm gonna duck and roll, I'm gonna stay down, and then I'm gonna pivot out. I'm not gonna jab, cross, hook, duck and roll, come fully up, then duck and pivot. I'm gonna put them all together. So it's gonna be here, jab, cross, hook, duck and roll, pivot out, just like that. And I'm still in my good stance. My leg is not back here, okay? Watch this. Jab, cross, hook, duck and roll, pivot, just like that, okay? Still in my good stance, still protected, so I can fire back. Here, jab, cross, tripping over stones. Jab, cross, hook, duck and roll, pivot, cross, hook, cross. That's, I'm pivoting and then I'm countering, okay? So if you practice good technique and you practice it and practice it and practice it and practice it, then you'll be able to do it faster. Okay, you're gonna be able to really move with that technique, okay? And not really think about it, because that's what you're doing all the reps for. You're doing all the reps so that you can do all of this mindless, okay? And you can worry about other things instead of being in a fight saying, oh man, okay, I gotta step before I jab, and then step, I gotta pivot on my cross. If that's already in you, because you've done all the reps, it's not gonna be a thing. Think about walking, okay? How many times do you walk down the street like this? Left, right, left, right, left, left. Oh, damn it. Left, right. You don't do it because you've been walking so much that it's like you don't even think about it. As a matter of fact, this right over here made you think about, oh shoot, walking. You know what I mean? You walk so much, it's like an unconscious thing. Turn your technique into that, okay? And it's gonna make everything easy. You're not gonna be thinking about what you're not supposed to think about at the time that you don't need to be thinking about it. Okay. So anyway, let's start. Let's take it down and take it. When I say down to the legs, let's talk about some martial arts kicking. The basics. Let's start from knee kick. Okay. I'm gonna show you knee kick. I'm going to show you front kick, and I'm going to show you roundhouse kick. All right, those are like basic kicks, and those are like the most used kicks that people do. Maybe in a different video, I'll show you some more advanced kicks, but we're just talking about the basics. Now, knee kick is basically you're hitting with your knee, but I don't want you to think of it as you're marching, because you're not like in a marching band. It's not like that. I want you to think that you have a target in front of you, and you have to strike that target. If I go like this, I'm keeping it to myself. So what you have to do is you have to drive your knee that way and stick your hips out. So this motion has to happen, just like that. So your hands are up, that's important. And then you're gonna drive your knee to that target. Picture something in front of you here to that target. So your hips are gonna go out, just like that. Knee. Okay, it's not up here, it's out there where your target is. Knee. And if you're doing a stepping knee kick, what you're gonna do is you're gonna step with your back foot and you're going to knee. It still goes out this way, all right? So now, knee kick is the basic for front kick, because the very first thing that you do on front kick is you bring your knee up, okay? So here, how are you gonna bring your knee up? You're not gonna bring it up like you do in a marching band, okay? Because where are you trying to hit? When you do front kick, you're trying to hit that target that is right in front of you, okay? So front kick, your foot's gonna go out this way. Same thing, your hips are gonna go out, because I wanna extend the kick and I wanna make the kick strong as possible, all right? So front kick, knee's gonna come up, and then your foot is gonna come out there afterwards. It's gonna come out there. You're not gonna stick it. You're not gonna stick it out there and leave it out. It's gonna be just like the punch, where you kick it out, you punch it out and bring it right back, okay? So with front kick, it's here, boom, and you bring it right back into the chamber position. So you kick, you chamber, you kick, you re-chamber, and then you put it down. Those are the steps. Please don't do front kick like this, okay? The steps are you chamber, you kick out, you re-chamber before you put it down. So it's kind of like this, just like that, okay? So front kick, boom, and then you put it down. If you're stepping forward, you put it down in front, just like this, boom, stepping forward to do whatever, okay? Or to throw another kick, all right? If you're bringing it back, which is how you should first practice, because it's basic and you're practicing to balance with the kick, because you should be able to throw the kick and still have balance rather than let the kick take you off balance, because if you're off balance, then you're just being a target for your opponent, okay? So if you're kicking and bringing it back, stay 50-50, stay in the center, lean back. As you kick and bring it right back, okay? If you're stepping forward, kick, stepping forward, kick, stepping forward. Now let's talk about the part of the foot that you strike with on front kick. On front kick, you're gonna strike with the ball of your foot, which means, picture my toes, that part right here, that little mat. So you're gonna pull your toes back and you're gonna strike with the ball of your foot, just like that on front kick, all right? So knee kick, you strike with your knee. Front kick, you strike with the ball of your foot. Boom, just like that. Now roundhouse kick. Roundhouse kick is probably used 95% of the time in fights. It's just as important as the jab to a martial artist. Roundhouse kick, roundhouse kick, roundhouse kick. Now, roundhouse kick, front kick goes this way. With roundhouse kick, you're turning over and you're kicking that way. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to pivot your foot. The reason why you want to pivot your foot, because it opens your body out. It gets it more speed, more power, and most importantly, it keeps you in the game longer by preventing injury. Because I see a lot of people out there that I guess they haven't been taught roundhouse kick properly. They just kick, but you see, if I'm trying to go over this way, how that's messing up my ankle, my knee, my hips eventually, okay? The first thing you want to do is you want to pivot out. Pivot, your pivot starts here, okay? Then your knee comes up as it does in front kick. But what happens from there is you're here, you turn your body over, and then the kick happens, okay? So roundhouse kick, boom, roundhouse kick is like, let's just say like a sideways front kick, because front kick, you're snapping your leg out, boom, this way. Roundhouse kick, you're pivoting and turning and you're snapping your leg out, boom, that way, okay? So let me show you roundhouse kick this way. Roundhouse kick, pivot, leg up, turn it over, okay? Here, kick, and then bring it back. Unless you're moving forward, you're gonna here, kick, land it forward, okay? So those are the basics. It's let's go jab, it's cross, it's hook, it's uppercut, it's duck roll, it's pivot, slip, slip. Let's say front kick, stepping front kick, pivot, roundhouse kick, just like that. Or stepping roundhouse kick. Boom. Now you see stepping roundhouse kick. Last basic I want to show you is whenever you do that, you want to make sure you step in the front. The reason why you step in the front is because roundhouse kick, your foot is coming this way to strike this target. If you step in the back, and execute a roundhouse kick, you can. It's kind of silly. Step in the back. There's not anywhere to put force, okay? And many different arts have this roundhouse kick. Like Muay Thai has a devastating roundhouse kick that travels all the way this way and slams into the target. And you know, it's a very strong roundhouse kick. But the same thing, what you want to do is you want to step. If you're doing stepping, step and put your leg this way. Put your leg behind, so that now you have some place to pick it up and add that power. Okay? So step, roundhouse kick. Step, keep your hands up, okay? And then land, just like that. So those are the basics. Those are the basics. Watch this as many times as you can. Practice it exactly how I said it, okay? Because it's gonna give you the right power. You're gonna have the right technique, and it is going to it's gonna free you of injury, okay? And the more of these you get, talking about gray hairs, you want to prevent injury as long as possible, because sometimes when you're injured, it puts you out of the game, okay? And you want to stay in the game, and you want to keep practicing for as long as you can. Practicing until you get put 6 feet in the ground, or they burn you up in ashes, whatever your choice is. But you want to do it as long as possible, okay? So the best thing to do is to practice good technique, so that when you're moving fast, you have the good technique. So that's going to give you the most power, the most speed, and it's going to give you the best results. Okay? So what do we go over? One more time. We went over the jab, which is 1, 2, which is the cross, 3, lead hook, 4, reverse rear hook. We went over 5, which is the lead uppercut, 6, which is reverse uppercut. We went through knee kick. We went through front kick. We went through roundhouse kick. Okay? So leave your comment down below. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel, and you know, let's have a conversation. You want to have a conversation about it? Ask me a technique. I will make a video about it. All right? Yeah, but throw that like button, share it with somebody that needs it, and yeah, comment. Let's talk about it, and subscribe. Peace.